Here I am again to give you a few tips about how you can hopefully avoid having one tough time on your summer backpack trips. This will be part 2, focusing on overcoming obstacles with nutrition and supplements that one mature friend has called the holy grail of us older guys. First, let's remember what we talked about in part 1. I went over my 2012 schedule in the high wind wilderness with 4 trips, very tough ones that will take me a month and cover around 150 miles, much of it above timberline. I asked the question, how the heck is this old geezer, or you, going to have any chance of making it? I mentioned having had a tough go of it in the past and almost was ready to hang up the backpack, but reminded us how we aren't supposed to give in, at least not easily. In that part 1 video, I focused on the importance of getting in shape with persistent heavy-duty training, and then asked the question, what else can we do to have a chance? Which is the question now in part 2, focusing on nutrition and supplements that have helped me overcome all odds to persist for 1,500 miles by summer in my 77th year. Let me tell you briefly about some of my obstacles, some of which all of you will likely relate to in one way or another. In 1953, I was on a suicide mission at Provo High School to become the smallest player in the history of the NFL. But in a vicious game against West High School, I got wiped out, and for 50 years limped with my football ankle. Then at 45, I was becoming a cripple with arthritis from the football ankle up my right side to my shoulder and arm. I was getting desperate, but then one night heard a radio interview with Dale Alexander. He saved himself, his 80-year-old mother, and others from being cripples. His treatment was so effective he became known as the Cod Father. He discovered that taking 2 tablespoonfuls of cod liver oil 30 minutes before eating in the morning and 30 minutes before dinner and keeping it up for 6 months has your arthritis go away. It worked miraculously for me. Then for maintenance, you take a tablespoonful, 4 gel caps, once a day in the morning, forever. 2 years after the initial miracle, I quit for a month and the arthritis all came back. I then started it again, and at 4 months the pain left me and has never returned, except when doing extreme exercise. But increasing the dose solves my problem. I must add that my body stiffness, felt when I get up in the morning, very literally is felt dissipating in about 10 minutes after taking my cod liver oil. At the same time, I was successful at losing 30 pounds, no small matter to say the least. Part of that was jogging and eventually running half marathons, but that brought back pain in the ankle and metatarsitis in the balls of my feet, and a rheumatologist told me to stop running and forget backpacking. I added glucosamine, chondroitin, MSM to my cod liver oil and made modifications to my running shoes and hiking boots. And with an incredible combination of inserts, I did 14 consecutive international half marathons between my 58th and 72nd years. By then, I was in the middle of my hygienist project, and by 2006 the football ankle wore out, and my ankle was reconstructed with 3 screws and a tendon transplant. Of course, I kept working out, even with the cast on my leg and ankle, and kept backpacking, using a lightweight boot that gave my ankle support, but gradually I moved to a lightweight low-cut boot, and now just a mountain running shoe with 1 additional insert. Along that 30-year trail, I also had to begin coping with my motorcycle knee, also on my right side, after an accident, and a knee operation, followed by the doctor's advice to forget jogging and backpacking. Of course, the cod liver oil and the glucosamine, chondroitin, MSM helped me ignore his orders, and I kept going using a knee brace. But a year after the ankle surgery in 2007, my knee wore out, and it was either become a couch potato or back to surgery for a complete knee replacement. So I got a titanium knee, did some intensive therapy, all of which was quite painful, and as you can see, it looks horrible. But the important thing is that it works, and I've kept on backpacking. For many years of normal living, I only took 2 gel caps a day of cod liver oil for maintenance, and it was enough. But now I take 6 in the morning as I'm dealing with major joint and arthritic problems while doing 7 to 8 miles 3 to 5 times a week in my work. I take 2 more with my noon meal and 1 prior to going to bed. I also persisted taking 2 capsules of glucosamine, chondroitin, MSM in the morning and 2 at midday. In addition, also need 2 to 3 Excedrin, or better, its Walmart equivalent that is much cheaper, and when in the midst of a heavy day, repeat it at midday. With that, I now head into the high country with no knee brace and my lightweight but great quality mountain running shoes. Of course, you also need superior nutrition, and here I'll only mention what I begin with every day. It is D's cereal. You can hit the pause and read the benefits of this great cereal. I will only mention that its claim to be heart healthy is no joke, as I have also had in the past 10 years or so had to deal with a couple of heart conditions. Several related emergencies I survived and describe in 2 of my survival stories on the website. You'll notice I mix in cinnamon, as studies have shown it helps control blood pressure. You can hit the pause button and see what else is said about this cereal, which in Utah can be found in the cooler section at your supermarket. Now to the nutrition supplements I use and why. All of them together add up to be my multivitamin mineral. First is Wellness Formula, a powerful herb combination and antioxidants known to provide energy, protection from stress, and support for the immune system. Normally I take 1 or 2 twice a day, depending on how tough the day is. If you begin feeling imbalances in your well-being, like coming down with a cold, flu, or such, you should take 3 to 6 capsules of the Wellness Formula every 3 hours. So you should have an extra bag of these for emergencies. Next is Stress Care, another herbal multivitamin, mineral, antioxidant, and immune system support specifically when under physical stress such as backpacking. When working or backpacking, I take 2 twice a day. It is produced by the Himalaya Herbal Healthcare Company. Then comes chlorella, a superfood considered the secret of longevity among some of the oldest people on Earth. Next, CoQ10, which is a vitamin-like essential component of cells and is necessary for energy production. Years of research has shown that CoQ10 supports healthy cardiovascular and immune system functions in addition to its vital role in energy production. I take 1 in the morning and another midday when backpacking. Vitamin D3 is another crucial nutrient, especially for older individuals where natural levels of nutrients are lower than they should be, and is necessary for bone health, immune wellness, and plays a crucial regulatory role for many bodily processes. DHEA, this is the mother hormone for both men and women as it converts into whatever hormone the body needs and is essential to keep your body in proper balance. Some have called it the fountain of youth, levels of which are known to fall precipitously with age, and with low levels common among those who suffer from cancer, heart disease, diabetes, osteoporosis, and chronic fatigue. I take just 1 100 milligram capsule to begin the day. Super B complex with vitamin C and folic acid. B vitamins help convert food into energy, obviously crucial for backpackers and others involved in intense physical activity. I take 1 each morning. At the lunch break, I will take the 2nd dose of cod liver oil, glucosamine, chondroitin, Wellness Formula, Stress Care, and chlorella. After an especially long and hard day, I will repeat these as part of my recovery. Now to more athletic supplements. As you might have noticed, I approach backpacking and the work I do at Reims as I did running a half marathon. It could be argued that carrying a 30 to 50 pound pack at elevations over 10,000 feet for 5 to 6 miles is actually more difficult than running a 13-mile half marathon. So you should approach it and its recovery each day similarly. Endurex Excel builds endurance, increases fat metabolism, and helps maintain healthy immune function. One investigation showed it to increase a marathoner's performance by around 15%. I find myself clearly more alert and energetic taking 2 tablets each morning just before going to work or beginning my hike for the day. Calcium Magnesium. A few years ago, Runner's World reported a study showing that the mineral marathon runners lose most is calcium, the same for backpackers. Thus, 5 grams or a teaspoonful is added to the energy drink I mix in the morning and drink at about noon. Again in the afternoon, 5 milligrams is mixed with my recovery drink, which is Endurex R4, after work or backpacking is finished. Then again at night, mixed with my human growth hormone stimulant before going to sleep. Endurix R4. This is a carbohydrate protein formula used for recovery and coming back stronger. I mix it in the morning on the trail, only the powder with no water in my mixer bottle, to add water halfway through my day at lunchtime to begin the recovery process for the remainder of the day, and another one on finishing hiking for the day for recovery. To the Endurix I add calcium, magnesium as explained above, and also extra glutamine as mentioned below. Glutamine is an essential amino acid with an important role in muscular development. Under extreme exercise, especially for older individuals, levels are depleted and need to be replenished to avoid muscle breakdown. Runner's World reported that marathon runners who took 5 grams or a teaspoonful of glutamine after a race were able to avoid getting sick. I have certainly found this so in my own experience. Thus, these ingredients are added to my energy and recovery drink. Endurix R4 already has enough glutamine for average people. I add 1 teaspoon for being an old guy with special needs. Sports Legs is designed to support your body's lactate energy system to help minimize muscle soreness. When backpacking, I take 3 to begin the day and 2 on finishing the day's hike to help recover and eliminate muscle soreness. Of course, I don't take any of these bottles and containers that I'm showing you, but have a bunch of marked Ziploc bags for each take, plus a few extra of certain key elements for when I might need increased doses, such as with the wellness formula. As shown here, I take a few wide-mouthed plastic mixer bottles, actually free leftover from your chocolate drink, snack, etc. Just remove the labels and you're ready to go. They weigh nothing, so you can take a few extras in case you need them. To the left is my D's cereal mixed in the evening for the next morning's breakfast. Another staple is eggnog mixed with dehydrated eggs, milk powder, cinnamon, and sugar. I have a couple of them every day. During the day on the trail, I have a pack of FRS chews in my pocket. This is promoted by Lance Armstrong and NFL's Tim Tebow and me. It is a mix of essential vitamins plus quercetin, which is a powerful, all-natural antioxidant found in fruits and vegetables. Once in a while in my work, I begin getting tired and grumpy towards the end of my shift, and sometimes outright sick. I quickly pop 2 FRS chews in my mouth, and within 10 to 15 minutes, I'm able to cheerfully finish my day. On the trail, I often have made it the last few miles to a camping spot or to the trailhead on the back of a couple of chews. FRS is also available in tubes of powder to mix with water. When I'm ready for the sack in the evening, I take resveratrol. This supplement contains the ingredient in red wine that is reported to be beneficial for one's heart and longevity. One is taken along with the dinner meal. Calcium magnesium is taken 30 minutes before retiring. This is a great aid to avoid irritable leg syndrome, leg cramps, and aid to sleep better. It is taken along with human growth hormone stimulator made up mostly of amino acids. Once again, HGH becomes very deficient in elderly people that contributes to bringing on old age. I will be experimenting with the tablet form pictured here, but usually use a powdered form by Gold Shield, which I picture here for your interest. Ibuprofen. Due to the joint and leg pains as explained, I take 2 to 3 ibuprofen at night to help me sleep better. Now to a new obstacle. With my good leg. Around 35 years ago, a small piece of shrapnel lodged in my leg above the knee. When the doctor worked on removing it, he said I would maybe have trouble with that leg when getting older. I was horrified seeing him cut into my muscle, cross-graying down to the bone to find it. Sure enough, a few years ago I began having hip pain on that side, and gradually it has got worse, encompassing the whole leg, sometimes weakening and almost collapsing. Sleep at night has become very difficult. Increasing the dose of cod liver oil to 3 at noon, 3 in the afternoon, and 3 at night helps some, but not enough. My search for a solution had me discovering this supplement, D-ribose. Ribose is essential for synthesis and production and storing of energy for skeletal, muscle, and heart tissue, and aids in recovery, and is a powerful antioxidant, cleaning up free radicals that multiply with intense exercise. The dose was 5 capsules twice daily, which seemed like a lot, so I went with just 2. Then one day at work, I had my leg almost collapsing every few steps and got really worried. At break, I took 5 capsules and went back to work with the pain and weakening gone. It must not be arthritis, or the cod liver oil would have solved it, so I'll get it checked out soon. But in the meantime, I'm sticking with D. ribose no matter what the cost. Another one that caught my eye was curcumin C3 complex from the turmeric root that benefits joints and other tissues by helping to neutralize free radicals. Alone, it didn't make much difference, but in combination with D. ribose, it has me hustling around doing my 7 to 8 miles 4 times a week, while unashamedly admitting that it is with a bit of a limp. Within a few days, I will have it checked out by the doctor and see what the heck is going on. Well, that's about it. I imagine many of you will be impressed that it's all pretty complicated and maybe expensive, but once you get the routine down, it's more than simple, and believe me, it's a lot better than the other option. You also end up saving a lot of money by eliminating some of the less healthy food options, and you'll save a bundle having less health problems. Don't get me wrong, as I have been caught eating at McDonald's once in a while, and as I say in my lightweight backpacking photo essay elsewhere, I love Taco Bell, and how can you not like Mountain Dew? Of course, I've found that it is far better to stick with what is giving me the health, energy, and enthusiasm I need, to not give in and stick with what has become a passion that keeps me above ground and breathing. Not only breathing, but hustling around, fully engaged in living and enjoying Reams and all the wonderful customers and employees, and of course the fascination of our Creator's incredible swath of color and beauty we call the high Uintas wilderness. Now into the Uintas to see if I know what I'm talking about or not, or just so much hot air. I'll be posting reports, and you should listen each Saturday from 6 to 8 on KSL Outdoors Radio, and get my satellite phone report starting on August 4th, on most likely at about the 6:35 point of the show. So make sure and tune in to KSL Outdoors. And make sure and check out my photo essay on my website that will give you links to everything that I mentioned in this program. So let's all get healthy, get strong, and I hope to meet you on the trail in the high Uintas this coming summer.